Welcome to the InnoGuide Podcast, where we share the works of authors and mentors to guide innovation. In this episode, number 30, we'll be sharing The 5 Types of Wealth by Sahil Bloom. "1,000 years of wisdom. What advice would you give your younger self?" This is the question I posed to a dozen people in their 80s and 90s as part of my annual birthday ritual in 2022. Every year, I challenge myself with a new exercise to grow and reflect. In the past, I've written gratitude letters, embarked on silent walks, even attempted a massage challenge, a Japanese ritual involving a task so difficult that its impact lasts a lifetime. But this year felt different. The birth of my son in May had fundamentally altered my relationship with time. Watching him grow while seeing my parents age made me acutely aware of time's fleeting nature. This year I sought wisdom from those who had lived through decades of life's ups and downs. My younger self had once sought advice from the wealthiest people I knew, believing money was the key to success. But now I wanted to hear from the wisest people I knew. What had they learned? What did they regret? What brought them joy? What truths had they discovered that they wished they'd known earlier? The responses I received were profound. My 94-year-old grandmother in India, who had once been a princess before her family was displaced by British colonists, shared this gem: "Never fear sadness, as it tends to sit right next to love." 98-year-old Hollywood writer told me, "Never raise your voice except at a ball game." His wife, a former soap opera star, added, "Find dear friends and celebrate them, for the richness of being human is in feeling loved and loving back." One of the most touching pieces of advice came from a 92-year-old man who had recently lost his wife of 70 years. He said, "Tell your partner you love them every night before falling asleep. Someday you'll find the other side of the bed empty, and you'll wish you could tell them." Another elder, reflecting on his deteriorating health, advised, "Treat your body like a house you have to live in for another 70 years. Fix minor issues before they become major ones. This applies to love, friendships, health, and home." The wisdom I gathered ranged from playful, dance at weddings until your feet are sore, to deeply moving, never let a good friendship atrophy. Some were familiar tropes like, your track record for surviving bad days is perfect, while others were unique and thought-provoking, such as, regret from inaction is always more painful than regret from action. In total, I collected 1,042 years of lived experience. These conversations weren't guided. I simply asked the question and let them speak. Their advice touched on building lasting relationships, having fun, investing in mental and physical wellness, and raising well-adjusted children. Each insight was a reminder of what truly matters in life. This chapter is a testament to the power of reflection and the value of learning from those who have walked the path before us. It's a call to cherish the present, nurture relationships, and prioritize what brings lasting joy and fulfillment. This book by Sahil Bloom is more like a course than a book. So we'll be skipping some chapters, and because the examples are far and deep and wide, this could have been 4 podcasts. And we'll do it in one. Chapter 2, The 5 Types of Wealth. Let's talk about wealth. Not just the kind that sits in your bank account, but the kind that truly defines a fulfilling life. In this chapter, he introduces the concept of the 5 types of wealth, a framework that goes beyond the traditional notion of financial success. These 5 dimensions, time, social, mental, physical, and financial wealth, are the pillars of a balanced and meaningful life. Let's walk through each one. Time wealth. Time is our most precious resource, yet it's often the one we squander the most. Time wealth is about having the freedom to choose how you spend your time, whom you spend it with, and where you spend it. The ability to focus on what truly matters without being trapped in the endless loop of busyness. Imagine being able to say no to things that don't align with your priorities and yes to the moments that bring you joy. That's time wealth. Social wealth. What's the point of having all the time in the world if you don't have anyone to share it with? Social wealth is about the depth and breadth of your connections. the love, support, and camaraderie you share with your family, friends, and community. Think about it. What good is a big house if it's empty of laughter and love? Social wealth reminds us that relationships are the texture of life, the thing that makes every other type of wealth meaningful. Mental wealth. This is the wealth of your mind, your sense of purpose, growth, and clarity. Mental wealth is about engaging in lifelong learning, embracing challenges, finding meaning in your experiences. It's the ability to wrestle with life's big questions and come out stronger, more balanced, and more focused. Without mental wealth, life can feel stagnant and purposeless, no matter how much money or time you have. Physical wealth. Your body is the house you live in your entire life, so why not take care of it? Physical wealth is about health, fitness, and vitality. It's built on 3 pillars: movement, nutrition, and recovery. Whether it's a daily walk, eating whole foods, or getting quality sleep, these small, consistent habits can make a world of difference. Without physical wealth, even the simplest chores like playing with your kids or traveling become difficult. Financial wealth. Finally, there's financial wealth, the one we're all familiar with. But here's the twist. Financial wealth isn't just about how much money you have. It's about how well your financial resources align with your definition of enough. If your expectations always outpace your assets, you'll never feel wealthy. True financial wealth is about creating stability, managing expenses, and investing in long-term growth. These 5 types of wealth don't exist in isolation. They're deeply interconnected. For example, having financial wealth can give you more time wealth. But if you sacrifice your social or physical wealth to get there, is it really worth it? The goal is to find balance, a new scoreboard for life that helps you win not just the battles, but the war. This chapter sets the stage for the rest of the book, where we'll dive deeper into each type of wealth and explore how to cultivate it. Because at the end of the day, wealth isn't just about what you have, it's about how you live. Speaking of physical wealth, I have my first cold that I've had in about 6 years, so apologies for the sound of my voice. Chapter 3, the Wealth Score. Let's talk about measuring wealth, not just in dollars, but across all 5 dimensions of life. Here I introduce the concept of the wealth score, an ability designed to help you assess your performance on a new scorecard. It's not about comparing yourself to others. It's about creating a baseline for your own growth and balance across the 5 types of wealth: time, social, mental, physical, and financial. The wealth score is built around a simple quiz. For each type of wealth, you respond to 5 statements, scoring yourself from 0, strongly disagree, to 4, strongly agree. The maximum score for each type of wealth is 20, and the total maximum score is 100. This quiz is your starting point, a snapshot of where you are today. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. Here's an example of what the quiz looks like for time wealth. 1. I have a deep awareness of the finite, impermanent nature of my time and its importance as my most precious asset. 2. I have a clear understanding of the 2 or 3 most important priorities in my personal and professional lives. 3. I am able to consistently direct attention and focus to the most important priorities that I've identified. 4. I rarely feel too busy or scattered to spend time on the most important priorities. 5. I am in control of my calendar and priorities. You'll find similar statements for social, mental, physical, and financial wealth. The goal is to reflect honestly on your current state and identify areas for improvement. Once you've completed the quiz, you can create a visual representation of your wealth score. This might be a simple chart or graph that highlights your strengths and weaknesses. For example, you might discover that you're excelling in financial wealth but struggling with time wealth. This visualization helps you see the bigger picture and prioritize your efforts. The wealth score isn't just a number. It's an ability for intentional living. By measuring your life across all 5 types of wealth, you can make better decisions and create a more balanced, fulfilling existence. For example, if you're considering a career change, the wealth score encourages you to think beyond salary and consider how the decision will impact your time, relationships, and mental health. A new way to measure success. Traditional measures of success, like net worth or job titles, are narrow and often misleading. The wealth score offers a more holistic approach. It's not about winning or losing, it's about progress. By revisiting your wealth score regularly, you can track your growth and ensure you're moving in the right direction. This chapter is a call to action. Take the quiz, establish your baseline, and start designing a life that aligns with your values. Because when you measure the right things, you take the right actions, and that's how you create a life of true wealth. Chapter 4, The Life Razor, Keeping the Earth in the Window. Life's full of chaos, challenges, and complexity. At some point, we all face moments that test us, whether it's a shiny new job opportunity, the loss of a loved one, or a health crisis. In these moments, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. That's where the concept of the life razor comes in. A simple guiding principle that helps you cut through the noise and make decisions aligned with your core values. The inspiration, Apollo 13, and keeping the Earth in the window. Let's start with a story. During the Apollo 13 mission, the astronauts faced a life-threatening crisis. With their spacecraft critically damaged, they had to manually navigate their way back to Earth. Their solution? A beautifully simple one. They kept the Earth in the small triangular window of their spacecraft. By focusing on this single point of reference, they were able to execute a daring manual burn and safely return home. This story is more than a tale of survival. It's a metaphor for life. In the face of overwhelming complexity, the astronauts found a single point of focus that guided their actions. This is the essence of the life razor, a rule of thumb that simplifies decision-making and keeps you aligned with your true priorities. In philosophy, a razor is a principle that helps you eliminate unnecessary steps or explanation. The life razor applies this idea to your life. It's a single identity-defining statement that serves as your compass in times of uncertainty. It's not just a rule, it's a reflection of who you are and how you want to show up in the world. A powerful life razor has 3 key characteristics. It's controllable. It's within your direct control. It's ripple creating. It has positive second-order effects in other areas of your life. And it's identity defining. It reflects the type of person you aspire to be. To define your life razor, start by reflecting on your ideal identity. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? What actions and character traits define my best self? If I could attend my own funeral, what would I want people to say about me? Write down your thoughts and look for a single action or statement that encapsulates your answers. Test it against the 3 core characteristics: controllable, ripple creating, identity defining, and refine it until it feels right. Here are some examples to inspire you. 1. I never let a friend cry alone. 2. I never miss a recital. And 3. I wake up early and train my body and mind. Once you've defined your life razor, keep it visible. Use it as a touchstone when life gets chaotic. Revisit and refine it as you move through different seasons of life. Without a life razor, it's easy to get lost in the chaos of life. But with one, you have a clear point of focus, a way to navigate challenges and stay true to your values. It's like keeping the earth in the window. A simple yet powerful ability to guide you home. So what's your life razor? Take the time to define it, because when life gets messy, it's the one thing that will keep you grounded, focused, and aligned with the person you want to be. Chapter 5, Your True North, Climbing the Right Mountain. Let me tell you a story about direction. On my 32nd birthday, my parents gave me a small silver compass. Inscribed inside was a simple yet profound message. Sahil, so you may always know where your true north lies. That compass wasn't just a gift. It was a reminder that life is about direction, not speed. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, chasing goals without stopping to ask if they're the right ones. But as Seneca once said, there is no favorable wind for the sailor who doesn't know where to go. This chapter is about finding your true north, your guiding direction in life. It's about ensuring that the mountain you're climbing is the right one, so you don't reach the top only to realize it's not where you want it to be. The danger of climbing the wrong mountain. History is full of examples of people who achieved their goals only to realize they were chasing the wrong ones. Take King Pyrrhus of Epirus, for example. In the 3rd century BC, he charged into battle with the Roman Republic, determined to crush his enemy. He won the battle, but at such a great cost it set him on a path to lose the war. His victory became a cautionary tale, a reminder that success without direction can lead to failure. The same is true for us. Without a clear sense of direction, we risk spending our lives climbing the wrong mountain. And that's why it's so important to define your true north, a vision for your life that aligns with your values and aspirations. Goals and anti-goal, calibrating your compass. To find your true north, you need a compass. In this chapter, I introduce a goal-setting framework that helps you calibrate your direction. It has two components, goals and anti-goals. Goals are the things you want to achieve. They include your big, audacious, long-term ambitions, as well as medium-term checkpoint objectives. For example, a goal might be to build a thriving business, write a book, or spend more time with your family. Anti-goals are the things you want to avoid. They're just as important as your goals because they help you steer clear of paths that don't align with your values. For example, an anti-goal might be to avoid working 80-hour weeks or sacrificing your health for professional success. By defining both goals and anti-goals, you create a balanced compass that keeps you focused on what matters while avoiding the traps that can derail you. Chapter 6. This has a profound message in it. The big question, how many moments do you have remaining with your loved ones? Let's start with a question that might stop you in your tracks. How many moments do you have left with the people you love most? It's a question that's both sobering and empowering, and it's the foundation of this chapter. Time is the most finite resource we have, and yet we often live as though it's infinite. This chapter is about confronting the reality of time's impermanence and using that awareness to make better choices about how we spend it. The wake-up call. I'll never forget a conversation I had with a friend that changed my perspective on time forever. We were catching up, and he asked me how often I saw my parents. I told him maybe once a year. He paused and asked, how old are they? I said, mid-60s. Then he hit me with the math. Well, if they live to 80, you'll see them 15 more times. 15, that's it. The number hit me like a ton of bricks. I had always thought of time with my parents as abundant, but in that moment I realized how terrifyingly finite it really was. The realization wasn't just about my parents, it was about everyone I cared about. It forced me to confront the question, am I spending my time on the things and people that truly matter? A framework for time wealth. To help you make the most of your time, I introduced the concept of time wealth. It's about more than just managing your schedule. It's about designing your life around the things that truly matter. Time wealth has three core pillars. Awareness, understanding the finite, impermanent nature of time. This is the foundation of time wealth. Without awareness, it's easy to let time slip away unnoticed. Attention. This is the ability to focus on what matters most and ignore the rest. In a world full of distractions, this is a superpower. And control. The freedom to own your own time and choose how to spend it. This requires setting boundaries, saying no, and being intentional about your choices. Practical steps to build time wealth. Here are some actionable steps to help you build time wealth. There are 4 of them. 1. Audit your time. Take a close look at how you're currently spending your time. Are your actions aligned with your priorities? If not, what needs to change? 2. Create rituals. Establish regular rituals that prioritize the people and activities that matter most. For example, I started the weekly life dinner with my wife to ensure we always have quality time together. 3. Say no more often. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Be intentional about your yeses and protect your time fiercely. And 4, focus on energy creators. Spend more time on activities and with people who energize you and less on those that drain you. Chapter 7. A Brief History of Time. Let me start with a secret. The gods envy us because we're mortal. They envy us because any moment might be our last. This line from the movie Troy captures the essence of this chapter. Our mortality gives life its beauty and urgency. Time is fleeting, and understanding its nature has been a human obsession for centuries. In this chapter, we explore humanity's evolving relationship with time, from worship to measurement to our modern-day struggle for control. Today, we live longer than ever before, and technology has made us more efficient with our time. Yet, despite these advancements, we often feel like we're losing control. This brings us to a concept from Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass, the Red Queen effect. In the story, Alice runs as fast as she can alongside the Red Queen, only to find that they're not moving forward at all. The Red Queen explains, "It takes all the running you can do to stay in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that." This metaphor perfectly captures our modern relationship with time. We're constantly running, juggling work, family, and personal commitments just to keep up. And yet, we rarely feel like we're making progress. It's a paradox that leaves many of us feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. Chapter 8, The Three Pillars of Time Wealth. Let's talk about time, not just the hours in your day, but the way you use those hours to build a life that feels rich and meaningful. In this chapter, we dive into the three pillars of time wealth: awareness, attention, and control. These pillars are the foundation for reclaiming your time and using it to focus on what truly matters. The three pillars of time wealth, awareness, attention, and control, are not standalone concepts. They build on one another in a progression. First, you develop awareness of time's fleeting nature. Then you narrow your attention to focus on what matters most. Finally, you take control of your time, aligning it with your goals and values. Together, these pillars create a framework for living intentionally. Let's talk about awareness. Pillar 1. Time is your most precious asset. Awareness begins with understanding the impermanence of time. It's about recognizing that time is your most valuable resource, more precious than money or material possessions. Graham Duncan, an investor, coined the term time billionaire to describe someone with over 1 billion seconds in their life. At age 20, you're a time billionaire. By 50, you're down to about 1 billion seconds. The question is, are you spending those seconds wisely? Pillar 2, attention, focusing on what matters. Once you're aware of time's value, the next step is to direct your attention to the things that matter most. In today's world, distractions are everywhere: emails, social media, endless to-do lists. The ability to focus your attention is a superpower. In Pillar 3, control, owning your time. Final pillar is control, the ability to own your own time and choose how to spend it. This requires setting boundaries, saying no to things that don't align with your goals, and being intentional about your schedule. Lessons for life. Here are 6 key lessons to guide you as you cultivate time wealth. Number 1, family time is finite. Cherish it. Your time with loved ones is limited. Make it count. 2, children's time is precious. Be present. Kids grow up fast. Don't miss the moments that matter. 3, friend time is limited. Prioritize real friends. Invest in the relationships that bring you joy and support. 4, partner time is meaningful. Never settle. Nurture your relationship with your significant other. It's one of life's greatest sources of fulfillment. 5, coworker time is significant. Find energy. Surround yourself with colleagues who inspire and energize you. 6, alone time is abundant. Love yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company. Use this time for reflection, growth, and self-care. Time wealth is about more than productivity or efficiency. It's about living intentionally, aligning your time with your values, and creating a life that feels rich and meaningful. So we're scooting ahead now, Chapter 11. The big question: who will be sitting in the front row at your funeral? Let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves a deeply personal question. Who will be sitting in the front row at your funeral? This isn't just a thought experiment. It's a way to reflect on the relationships that truly matter in your life. These are the people who will be there for you in your brightest and darkest moments, the one who define your social wealth. The front row people. Now close your eyes and imagine your funeral. Picture the people sitting in the front row. These are your front row people, the ones that matter most. Ask yourself, what are you doing to cherish these relationships? How are you letting these people know what they mean to you? Are you prioritizing time with them, or are you letting it slip away? The answers to these questions reveal the state of your social wealth. These deep, meaningful relationships form the foundation of a fulfilling life. They are the people who will celebrate your joys and support you through your struggles. Social wealth is built on 3 pillars: depth, breadth, and earned status. Depth is the strength of your relationships with a small circle of people. These are the bonds that provide love, support, and meaning in your life. Breadth, beyond your inner circle, breadth refers to your connections to a larger community, friends, colleagues, and cultural, spiritual groups. These relationships provide a sense of belonging and support. Earned status. This is the respect, admiration, and trust you earn through your actions and character. It's not about material possessions or superficial achievements. It's about the legacy you leave behind. At the end of the day, social wealth is about prioritizing the relationships that matter most. It's about showing up for your front row people and letting them know how much they mean to you. Don't wait until it's too late to invest in the relationships that make it meaningful. Chapter 12. The Uniquely Social Species. Let's talk about what makes us human. At our core, we are a uniquely social species. Our ability to connect, cooperate, and care for one another is not just a nice to have, it's the very foundation of our survival and success as a species. This chapter dives into the history, science, and importance of social connection, reminding us why relationships are at the heart of a meaningful life. Language, one of humanity's greatest inventions, emerged as an ability for connection. It allowed us to share knowledge, build networks, and coordinate on a scale no other species could achieve. But as much as social connection has been a force for good, enabling love, cooperation, and progress, it has also been a source of conflict, war, and division. Humans are complex, and our social nature reflects both the best and worst of us. Harvard's study of adult development, Relationships Matter. One of the most fascinating studies on human connection is the Harvard study of adult development, which began in 1938. The study's findings are clear. Relationships are the single most important factor in determining happiness, health, and success. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, privileged or disadvantaged. What matters is the quality of your connections. The study's director, George Valiant, famously summarized its findings in one sentence: happiness is love, full stop. At the end of the day, it's not your achievements, possessions, or status that will define your life. It's the connections you've built and the love you've shared. Chapter 13. The days are long, but the years are short. Parents, kids, and lost time. Let's talk about time, specifically the fleeting nature of it when it comes to people we love most. The paradox of time, long days, short years. Have you ever noticed how some days feel endless, yet when you look back, the years seem to have flown by? This is the paradox of time, especially when it comes to relationships. The days are long, but the years are short. It's a truth that becomes painfully clear when we think about the limited time we have with our parents, children, and close friends. The data that changed everything. In 2022, I stumbled upon the American Time Use Survey, a data set that tracks how people spend their time. As a new father, this discovery hit me like a tidal wave. The data revealed a harsh reality. The time we spend with our loved ones peaks early in life and declines sharply as we grow older. For example, time spent with parents and siblings is highest in childhood and drops dramatically after age 20. The number of summers, holidays, or family gatherings we have left with our parents is shockingly small. This realization was both sobering and motivating. It forced me to confront the fact that the moments I take for granted, like a family dinner or a bedtime story, are finite. If I don't prioritize them now, they'll be gone before I know it. Chapter 16, Social Wealth. This chapter ties together everything we've explored about building meaningful relationships, expanding your network, and earning respect. Social wealth is about creating a life rich in connection, belonging, and trust. It's not just about who you know, it's about the depth, breadth, and authenticity of those relationships. The big question, who will be sitting in the front row at your funeral? This lies at the heart of social wealth. Who are the people sitting in that front row? The ones that truly matter. They're the people who have been there for you through life's highs and lows. They're the ones you've invested in deeply. Reflecting on this question helps you prioritize the relationships that matter most. And then the three pillars of social wealth are depth, your connection to the small inner circle of people with whom you share deep bonds. These are the people you can call at 3 a.m. when everything is falling apart, and depth is built through honesty, support, and shared experiences. The three pillars were depth, breadth, and earned status. Breadth refers to your connection to the larger network of people, and earned status is the respect, admiration, and trust you gain through your actions and character. Unlike bought status, flashy cars or expensive watches, earned status is authentic and lasting. It comes from living in alignment with your core values, contributing meaningfully to your community, and building a reputation based on integrity and effort. Final call to action here: social wealth isn't just about having a large network or being well liked. It's about creating a life filled with meaningful connections, belonging, and trust. Here's how you can start. Prioritize your front row people. Invest time and energy in the relationships that matter most. 2. Expand your breadth. Seek out new connections and communities that align with your values and interests. And 3, focus on earned status. Live authentically and contribute meaningfully to the people and causes you care about. Chapter 17, the big question. What would your 10-year-old self say to you today? Let's take a moment to reflect on a profound question. What would your 10-year-old self say to you today? This chapter is all about reconnecting with the curiosity, wonder, and unfiltered honesty of your younger self. The decline of curiosity. Unfortunately, as we grow older, our natural curiosity tends to fade. Studies show that intellectual curiosity and openness to new experiences declines with age. Life's responsibilities, routines, and the busyness of adulthood often push curiosity to the back burner. But this decline isn't inevitable. It's a choice, and it's one we can fight against. Curiosity is the foundation of mental wealth. It's what drives us to explore, learn, and grow. Without it, life becomes static and dull. As one friend put it, inside every 80-year-old is a 10-year-old wondering, what the fuck just happened? The seeds of that sentiment are sown when we stop pursuing interests, stop asking questions, and stop seeking out new experiences. The power of childlike curiosity. Curiosity isn't just a nice to have, it's a superpower. It's what drives entrepreneurs to find their big ideas, retirees to learn new languages, and people to meet their life partners at unexpected events. Curiosity opens doors, creates opportunities, and adds texture to life. But curiosity requires effort. It's easy to let it fade in the face of life's demands. That's why it's so important to actively cultivate it. Take a class, read a book on a topic you know nothing about, or simply ask more questions. The world is full of wonder. You just have to look for it. Chapter 18, A Tale as Old as Time. Let's talk about time, one of the most fascinating, mysterious, and universal aspects of life. In this chapter, we dive into humanity's timeless relationship with time itself, exploring how we've tried to understand, measure, and even control it, from ancient myths to modern struggles. This is a tale as old as time. The modern struggle with time. Today we have more abilities than ever to manage our time: calendars, apps, even artificial intelligence. And yet, many of us feel like we're running on a treadmill, struggling to keep up. Whether it's the pressure to climb the career ladder, keep up with social media, or juggle endless responsibilities, we often feel like we're running faster and faster just to stay afloat. So what can we learn from this tale as old as time? Here are a few key takeaways. 1. Cherish the moments that matter. Not all time is equal. Focus on the moments that bring meaning and joy to your life. 2. Embrace your mortality. Remembering that our time is finite can help us prioritize what truly matters. And 3. Run smarter, not faster. Instead of trying to do everything, focus on doing the right things. Identify the moments of greatest leverage and invest your energy there. Time is both our greatest ally and our greatest challenge. It's the one resource we can't create more of, but it's also the one resource that can bring the most meaning to our lives if we use it wisely. The 3 pillars of mental wealth. Mental wealth is built on 3 core pillars: purpose, growth, and space. Let's revisit what each of these pillars means and how they work together. Number 1, purpose. This is the clarity of defining a unique vision for your life. It's about aligning your daily actions with your long-term goals and refusing to live someone else's life. Purpose gives your life meaning and direction, helping you make the decisions that resonate with your values. For example, a teacher who finds deep fulfillment in shaping young minds, or an artist who creates to inspire others. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be yours. Number 2, growth. Growth is the hunger to progress and change. It's rooted in the belief that your intelligence, abilities, and character are dynamic and can evolve with effort. This is the essence of the growth mindset, as described by Dr. Carol Dweck. An example is someone who embraces challenges as opportunities to learn, like a professional who takes on a new skill or a retiree who starts painting classes. Growth is about focusing on the process, not just the outcome. And number 3 is space. This is the creation of stillness and solitude in your life. It's about carving out time to think, reset, and recharge. In a world of constant distractions, space allows you to listen to your inner voice and reconnect with yourself. An example here, John D. Rockefeller, one of the busiest men in history, made it a habit to walk in his garden every afternoon. This wasn't just leisure, it was a way to clear his mind and gain perspective. Goals, anti-goals, and systems. To guide your journey toward mental wealth, use the following framework. Goals. What mental wealth score do you want to achieve within 1 year? Identify 2 or 3 checkpoints to track your progress. Anti-goals. What outcomes do you want to avoid? For example, losing connection to your purpose or sacrificing all your space in the pursuit of growth. And systems. What specific practices will you implement to make progress? Choose from the abilities and strategies outlined in the Mental Wealth Guide. That was one of the sections of the book that we didn't cover here because it's an extensive guide on how to do this. So well worth picking up a copy of the book and reading through that. Sahil summarizes physical wealth as follows. Physical wealth is your foundation. It's the health, vitality, and strength that allow you to live fully and thrive in every other area of life. So let's break it down. The big question, will you be dancing at your 80th birthday party? This is the ultimate question to guide your journey toward physical wealth. It's not just about living longer, it's about living better. Imagine yourself at 80, full of energy and dancing with your loved ones. That vision is possible, but it requires intentional action today. The 3 pillars of physical wealth: movement, nutrition, and recovery. Number 1, movement. Daily movement is non-negotiable. Whether it's walking, running, lifting weights, or practicing yoga, your body thrives on activity. Movement isn't just about fitness. It's about maintaining your independence and vitality as you age. Nutrition. What you put into your body matters. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods that nourish you. Think of food as fuel for your body and mind. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. And 3, recovery. Sleep, rest, and stress management are the unsung heroes of physical wealth. High-quality sleep and intentional recovery allow your body to repair and recharge, setting you up for long-term health. Goals, anti-goals, and systems. Goals. What physical wealth score do you want to achieve in the next year? Break it down into smaller checkpoints to track your progress. Anti-goals. Identify what you want to avoid. For example, neglecting your health for work or being chronically sleep deprived. Systems. What daily or weekly habits will help you move the needle? These systems are key to sustainable progress. Physical wealth is the foundation of a fulfilling life. It's not about being perfect. It's about making small, consistent investments in your health that compound over time. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, the abilities and strategies in this book are here to guide you. So will you be dancing at your 80th birthday party? The choice is yours. Let's make it happen. Chapter 27, The Big Question. What's your definition of enough? Let's talk about one of the most important questions you'll ever ask yourself. What is your definition of enough? This chapter is about breaking free from the endless chase for more and finding clarity in what truly matters to you. It's about defining your enough life, in quotes, and living it intentionally rather than letting societal pressures or subconscious desires dictate your path. The poverty of more. The problem with chasing more in quotes, is that it's a game you can never win. John D. Rockefeller, one of the wealthiest men in history, was once asked how much money is enough. His answer, just a little bit more. This mindset is the modern-day equivalent of Sisyphus pushing a boulder up a hill, only to have it roll back down again. No matter how much you achieve, your definition of enough keeps moving further out of reach. This phenomenon, known as hedonic adaptation, is hardwired into us. We quickly adapt to new levels of wealth or success, and what once felt like a dream becomes the new baseline. It's why people upgrade their homes, cars, and lifestyles even when they don't need to. It's why billionaires, despite their immense wealth, often lack the basic markers of a fulfilling life, like strong relationships or peace of mind. Defining your enough life, again, enough life in quotes. So, how do we escape this trap? By defining what enough means to us. By defining your enough life, you can focus your energy on what truly matters: time, relationships, purpose, growth, and health. So, what does your enough life look like? Take the time to imagine it, define it, and start building it today. Chapter 29, The Three Pillars of Financial Wealth. Let's dive into the heart of building financial wealth. This chapter is all about simplifying the process into three core pillars: income generation, expense management, and long-term investment. These pillars are the foundation of financial success, and when you focus on them, you create a clear path to financial independence. Let's break it down. The inspiration here is Thomas Stanley and the Millionaire Next Door. To set the stage, let me introduce you to Thomas Stanley, the author of the groundbreaking book, The Millionaire Next Door. Stanley's research revealed a surprising truth. Most millionaires don't live in gated mansions or drive flashy cars. Instead, they live modestly, save diligently, and follow simple financial principles. His work dispelled the myth that wealth is reserved for the lucky few and showed that anyone can build financial wealth by focusing on the basics. This insight serves as the foundation for the three pillars of financial wealth. Let's explore each one. Pillar 1, income generation. This is the cash inflow that fuels your financial journey. It can come from primary employment, your main job or career; secondary employment, side hustles or freelance work; passive income streams, investments, rental properties, or royalties. The key is to create stable and growing income streams, whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, starting a business, or investing in assets that generate passive income. The goal is to increase your earning potential over time. Pillar 2, expense management. This is where many people struggle. It's not just about cutting costs. It's about managing your expenses so they're reliably below your income. Here's how you can do it. Track your spending. Understand where your money is going. Prioritize needs over wants. Focus on essentials and avoid lifestyle inflation. Create a budget. Set limits for discretionary spending and stick to them. The gap between your income and expenses is the most important ability in your financial toolkit. The larger the gap, the more you can save and invest. Pillar 3, long-term investment. This is where the magic of compounding comes into play. By investing the difference between your income and expenses, you can grow your wealth exponentially over time. Here are some key principles. Start earlier. The earlier you invest, the more time your money has to grow. Focus on low-cost, efficient assets. Index funds, ETFs, and other diversified investments are great options. Be patient. Compounding takes time, but the results are extraordinary. For example, if a 22-year-old invests $10,000 in the S&P 500 and adds $100 per month, they could have over $2 million by retirement. If they increase their monthly investment to $1,000, they could reach $10 million. The key is consistency and letting time work in your favor. The 5 levels of financial wealth. As you build your financial wealth, you'll progress through 5 levels. 1, baseline needs. Your basic needs, food and shelter, are met. 2, modest pleasures. You can afford simple luxuries like dining out or vacations. 3, savings and compounding. You focus on savings and investing, with significant pleasures like multiple vacations becoming accessible. 4, moderate financial independence. Passive income covers some lifestyle expenses, allowing you to reduce active income. And 5, complete financial independence. Passive income exceeds all lifestyle expenses, giving you total freedom. Each level comes with its own challenges, but the path is the same. Increase income, manage expenses, and invest for the long term. Financial wealth is about more than just money. It's about creating a life that reflects your values and priorities. By focusing on the 3 pillars, harnessing the power of compounding, and staying true to your definition of enough, you can build a life of abundance and freedom. Remember, the goal isn't to win a race or to compete with others. It's to create a life that feels rich in every sense of the word. So what's your next step? Let's make it happen. Conclusion, the leap of faith. As we reach the end of this journey, I want to leave you with a question that has shaped my life and I hope will inspire yours. Do you want to take a leap of faith? This question, posed in the movie Inception, resonates deeply with me. It's about choosing courage over comfort, action over regret, and designing a life that aligns with your values and dreams. My leap of faith. This book is the result of my own leap of faith. Years ago, I decided to step away from the conventional path and pursue a life that felt meaningful to me. Today, I sit here reflecting on how much that decision has transformed my world. I built a thriving business, created content that reaches millions, and designed a health and wellness routine that keeps me energized. But most importantly, I built a life centered around the people I love. The power of defining your enough life. Throughout this book, we've explored the idea of the enough life. It's not about setting or giving up ambition. It's about defining what success looks like for you. For me, it's a life filled with meaningful work, strong relationships, and the freedom to spend my time on what matters most. It's not about private jets or yachts. It's about family hugs and shared meals. Taking a leap of faith isn't easy. It requires you to confront uncertainty, take risks, and trust in your ability to adapt. But the alternative, staying stuck in a life that doesn't align with your values, is far more costly. As the coach in Cool Runnings wisely said, if you're not enough without it, you'll never be enough with it. This applies to money, success, and every other external marker of achievement. True fulfillment comes from within. You now have the abilities to design your dream life. You've learned about the 5 types of wealth: time, social, mental, physical, and financial, and how to build systems that support them. You've explored the importance of defining your goals and anti-goals, creating high-leverage systems, and focusing on what truly matters. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you take the leap of faith and start building the life you've always wanted? Or will you let fear and inertia hold you back? So that's where we'll leave it. As I said at the beginning, this book is as much a blueprint or a course as it is a book. And the sections that were omitted are all the detailed guides for how to measure and how to improve your life on these 5 different dimensions. So I strongly recommend the book. It has become a #2 bestseller on the Amazon book list in just 2 weeks. So it's getting accolades from a lot of people. And if this has resonated with you, I think you'd enjoy the book. So this has been The 5 Types of Wealth by Sahil Bloom. I hope you'll join us next time. That's a wrap.